Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I am Jason Laporte. As always, my co-host, Mr. Zack Partridge, in the house.
What up?
Fighter Spotlight interview.
First of four.
And first up is our man, back again, Mr. Mitch Ramirez.
What's up, guys?
How you doing, Mitch?
I'm doing good, man. Just got to Phoenix. Just checked in to the Airbnb. Everything without a hitch. Just now settling in and gonna make this weight again.
It feels like we just saw you, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. Yep.
Week and a half.
It's like Christmas. Christmas came early, bro. Again.
What's so you've been waiting forever to fight. Then we finally got the fights to happen at the Fierce card, and now you get to turn it around in 2 weeks.
Yep. Couldn't be happier, dude.
What's that like? Preparation, or what's the game plan like taking a fight on 2 weeks' notice?
Honestly, dude, so we talked about before this fight that we're going to try to run it hot and get another one, right? To get those numbers up since we've lost so much time. So I was kind of thinking it might happen, right? So I kind of had that in the back of my mind that maybe we didn't have anybody or any show, but just that we might do a quick turnaround, right?
But a quick turnaround is usually 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, this is
not two.
The same exactly. So, my manager calls me on Monday, texts me, and I was working out anyway, bro. I mean, I stay in shape. I was doing a little cardio, and he says, "You want to fight again in 2 weeks?" And I thought first thing he asked me was, "What's your weight?" I said, it's all right. It's like, it is what it is. It's not that, I'm not that off, right? A couple pounds heavier, but not bad. He's like, "Do you want to fight again in 2 weeks?" And I thought he was joking, right? I thought it was a joke. I was like, so I was like, yes and no. You know what I mean? I do, but don't want to cut. I don't want to cut the weight twice in 2 weeks. I can. Yeah. He's like, "Well, can you?" Right? And I'm like, "I can." Right? I can make it again. I'm not that. I mean, I hold my weight well, but I always keep myself within cutting range for opportunities like this, right? I try not to ever be more than a few pounds over what I would normally be at to cut. So paid off this time, right? It was Sula's birthday on Tuesday, so we had our dinner, we had our thing, we had fun, and then right back to the diet, right back to training. And I just did basically what I would normally do in the last 2 weeks of a camp. My cardio's still sick, my body's still peaking. There's you look at other sports, man, and you look at these other endurance sports, whether it's cross country skiing or running or any of these other sports. And I mean, when these guys are in season, they got to meet every week. They got to meet every 2 weeks. They're traveling around, they're flying. I mean, you look at basketball players, you look at all these other guys, man, they stay peaked, right? So if you just do the right, once you're in that shape, you don't have to do as much to keep that shape. It's when you stop that you got to do all that work to get back there, right? So the weight cut's the only thing that is the asterisk there, right? But I'm working with a really badass strength conditioning coach now, a guy named Torbjorn Carlson. He's Norwegian, multiple Olympic gold medals under him in cross-country skiing. Top-notch savage, dude, top-notch coach, knowing so I've never been in better shape, right? Going into this fight with Fierce, bro, I could have gone 15 minutes full speed and had a smile, bro. Hands down. So wanted to shout him out. He's badass. He's really helped me. So we just basically went to my coaches and said, "What do you want me to do? What should I do?" Okay, this is what we're going to do. And we just hit our last workouts. We just basically treated it like camp got extended.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you made the asterisk. You said your asterisk was on the weight cutting part. Here's the other difference between cross country, basketball, and all those other things. They're not getting hit in the face, Mitch.
Yeah, but dude, I didn't get hit in the face either. This
I was going to say, you didn't really get you didn't take any damage in that last fight.
That's true.
I in full speed. It looks like he might have landed a few. Slow that bitch down, bro. He never hit me clean, not once. The way I did, and I came with that big overhand, stupid, I didn't fake or do anything. I was just like, ah! Got all excited, and he made me miss, and he tried to fire that counter right hand, but I saw it, so I dropped my head, and it just glanced. You know what I mean? So it didn't even get a bruise, legitimately. He landed a few good leg kicks. You know, I mean, he landed a couple leg kicks. You know, but I feel like anytime you fight, bro, you're gonna be bumped and banged up on your body. You know, if it goes more than 10 seconds. So, bro, you can't crack shins together like without getting kind of hurt.
Absolutely.
How much shit you're doing to condition him, dude? Like, we're flesh and bone. You know?
Absolutely. No, I mean, I was kind of just giving you a hard time there. You're comparing it to other sports because this is the most brutal. It's the most brutal.
No. I specifically mean about like VO2 max conditioning, like the ability to like push and peak and perform, like just on your aerobic capacity, right?
Yeah.
One does not, Jeffrey Morales. One does simply not hit Mitch Ramirez.
So, hey, Mitch,
what's up, Jeff?
what do you know about this guy that you're fighting, this Austin Worms guy? Do you know anything about him? Seen any tape on him?
We watched some film on him. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. He just got his black belt in August. All of his losses have been by TKO and KO.
Yep.
I think he's lost like 5 times across, I don't know, maybe like a dozen fights throughout his amateur and professional record. He's 2-2 as a pro. 2 wins by submission, 2 losses by TKO or knockout. Yeah, I mean, he's decently well-rounded, right? We watched some film on him. His last fight was like my last fight before Fierce was. So I'm expecting him to do something different. I'm expecting him to have built skills, right? You can watch as much film as you can, but I'm sure he's going to want to grapple with me, right?
Yeah.
And that's his thing, right? He's a black belt. So I'm sure he's going to try to grapple with me, but he's going to come up against some pretty solid wrestling. So we're going to do what I want to do. And if I mean, who knows, maybe I feel like grappling with him. I don't know. We'll see what we do. I always say like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Right. But at the end of the day, dude, every time I've been like married to what's going to happen, it usually doesn't happen that way. Right. My hardest fights have been one where I was like, it's going to happen this way. And I just get stuck to it. And I try to force that thing to happen. And then I can't get it to happen.
Yeah.
Or when I just go in there and I just put my mouthpiece in and I say, that's like when they asked me the last one, like, what was your game plan on this one? And I said, beat his ass. Like, that was what my game plan was like,
simple
make
enough.
reads and fucking beat him. Right.
Yeah.
So now I'm sure there's going to be other fights in my future where it's like, okay, we got to do A, B, and C to beat this guy. Right. But I feel like where I'm at in my career with my skills, dude, there's not many of those. All those guys aren't like around me at the moment. They're going to be around me soon. Mark my words. But
yeah,
you know, right now, I mean, I feel like I've hit a new level, dude. I've hit a new stride, especially this last year. So I'm just ready to fight, dude, and put on.
I know this last year has been frustrating. This is at least how I feel about it. It's very frustrating not being able to fight for a year plus, but I'm a completely different fighter than the last time I fought too. I'm levels better. Yeah. You know, because like it was just we were just in the gym grinding, waiting for things to open up. I was in fight camp, I felt like, for 10 months.
Yep.
I just got better during that time.
Dude, I went through 4 fight camps, bro. I did 4 fight camps that didn't happen.
Yeah, I know you did.
So like every one of those was a full camp. I did full camps, training that hard, building those skills, and every one of those made me better. So like honestly, the way I look at it is like, yeah, I'm 3-0 right now, but like I'm like a 6-0, 7-0 fighter on my skill set as far as I'm concerned. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're stacking me up against who I'm going to fight and who I can beat right now, that's where I'm at right now, is that 6-0, 7-0, because I put that work in. You know what I mean? I really have, and I've had opponents, and I've trained for those opponents. Like this, like my fight IQ has gone way up, right? I've leveled, I've ironed things out with who I'm training with and when I'm training, right? Going down to Agina with Dane all the time has made massive progress for me. I'm working with Tor, you know, with this conditioning stuff and understanding how to do this correctly. Not just being like, oh, more is better wrestler, you know, like that's not the way we do this if you want to be the best, right? So I just the professionalism, dude, is just all kind of like, it's all coming to a head, dude. And I mean, the head is just, as far as I'm concerned, the head that I'm talking about, right, breaking into the UFC is just the beginning, right? Like that's just the starting line. That's like, okay, I showed up to the start, right? That's the gate, right? Because my goal has never just been, get there and say I was the guy that did it. Like I want to get there and I want to win, and I want to win a lot, right? If I didn't think I could be the best in the world at this, I wouldn't be spending this much time doing it. So that's really, you know, my mentality towards the game, dude, is like, it's
he's frozen
mental,
a little
dude.
bit.
And like, if you believe you can, or you believe you can't, you're probably right. Right.
Yeah. You nailed it.
I agree. Now I have a question. Is this your first time fighting out of Utah?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Do you
It's the first
anticipate?
time I fought an out-of-state guy, right? I fought
Right.
multiple out-of-state guys.
Right.
I've been lucky enough to have promoters that are willing to fly opponents out to fight me. So
Right. Well, you just had Pat Patton come in. Your pro debut was a guy out of Vegas, right? And,
Yeah.
and stuff. So I think it's kind of fun. Yeah, but so you get to flip the role. You get to be the out of towner coming in now to kind of spoil the. Is he from there? I'm sorry, I don't know. Is he from Arizona?
Yeah, he's from out here. He's from Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
You gotta go silence the crowd.
Excited, dude. Honestly,
Go silence the crowd.
there's gonna be no crowd. It's a no ticket show.
Oh,
that's
that's
right.
right.
No ticket
Yeah.
You're gonna be able to hear all the thuds, dude. All the thuds and the smacks.
Heck
Yeah.
yes.
That's the part that's gonna be different, dude. It's no crowd, bro. It's gonna be like, but bro, that it doesn't like for me, dude. I don't know. I like to fight.
I like it. I like it. I like watching the UFC fights with no crowd. I get to hear the corners. You get to hear the fighters talking to each other. I don't know if you picked that up last weekend. That was super fun.
Yeah.
My guy Tim Elliott. I like that, and so I think that'll be really fun to watch your fight with no crowd, and you'll be able to hear Dane in your corner and whatever. And
hear me out and tell me and give me instruction. Hopefully it goes real. My plan is to make it real quick, so I don't need any instruction, right? But
there you go.
If we need it, it'll be there. But I mean, that's the thing, right? Looking at this guy, like I respect him. He's got a skill set. I've got to go in there. I got to keep your hands up, move your head, move your feet, right? Don't go in there and think it's a given because it's never a given. He's a black belt, right? So, just going in there ready to fight, dude, and fighting him like he's the world champion. That's how I treat everybody, though. I mean, when I go into a fight with a guy, I look at him as like he's the world champion, and like I've got to be the best in the world for 15 minutes, right? This next 15 minutes of my life, I got to be the very best in the world, or I'm going to lose, right? And that's like kind of how even when I'm not sleeping well during fight week or my weight cut's not going good, it doesn't matter because I only have to be the best in the world for 15 minutes. I don't have to be the best in the world during this weight cut. I don't want to be the best in the world when I'm in camp having a bad day of training. I only need to be the best in the world for 15 fucking minutes every few months, and I can fucking do that, right? So that's just part of like for me, looking at it. But you can't do that unless you respect that opponent. Like if you really think the dude's a scrub, like it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like you see guys that happen with guys where they underestimate a guy and they get cracked, right? And it's like, well, shouldn't have done that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm
sure.
The point I'm making is I'm very confident in my skills, and I am going to I'm going to beat this man up, and it's going to be fun to watch, I promise. But dude, I respect him, and I'm going to show up ready.
So for all the local people that are going to be streaming Still Fist, you could tune in and dual screen and stream Mitch's fights too. We gotta get the dual screen going here.
Mitch, I have a question. Speaking of that pay-per-view for your fight, do you get credit if people select your name on there? Are you getting credit for that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep.
And is there a link on your social media that we can repost?
Yeah, so it's RUFMMA.net, and then when you buy the pay-per-view, it's $25, and then at checkout you'll choose a fighter, and you'll just choose my name. So it's in my link in my bio on Instagram. I'll post it again like this week. Like
post it so we can share it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We'll to make sure that what's out there, but it's pretty simple. It's not like a weird link. It's just their website. So
okay.
But yeah, dude, it's gonna be fun, man. Because this show, I don't know if you guys know anything about it, but they're running a one heavyweight tournament. So basically, there's a heavyweight tournament that these guys are throwing, and this is the send off for that. So there's gonna be 3 heavyweight fights at the end of this card, as I think like the first like a portion of this heavyweight tournament. But the winner of this heavyweight tournament that these guys are a part of is gonna get a 6-figure contract to one. So
cool.
That's nice.
It's almost like it's a cool little thing, dude. Like one's coming to the U.S. this year, so this is like the way they're gonna be building talent is running these tournaments with these regional shows. So
hell yeah.
Tune in. It's going to be a good show.
Maybe there's going to be some people there that give some looks to,
Heck yeah, man. Hey, Mitch, is there any sponsors you want to give a shout out to before we let you get out of here? Uh-oh. Little audio.
Oh, yeah, dude. Of course, damage by insurance. And here, hook into that. Look, is audio good? You guys hear me?
It's a little crackly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys in general, damage plan, of course, and then the damage plan insurance. But yeah, I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Is it still cracking?
Yeah, it's still cracking a little bit.
Hello?
That's all right, Mitch. We'll let you get out of here and get ready for your fight, man. We will
I'll give it a shot.
we'll make sure we post the link for you, and we'll be watching for you, man. Good luck this weekend. All right, I'm gonna let him go since our broadcast